Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Fiat Alonso M13/40. This was an Italian World War II tank designed to replace the Fiat L3 and the Fiat L6/40, and also the Fiat M11/39 in the Italian army at the start of World War II. It was the primary tank used by the Italians throughout the war. The design was influenced by the Vickers 6-ton, and was based off the model chassis of the earlier Fiat M11/39. Production of the M11/39 was cut short in order to get the M13/40 into production, and the name refers to M for medio, which means medium according to the Italian tank weight standards at the time. 13 tons was the scheduled weight, and in 1940 the initial year of production. The tank itself was nothing really impressive. It was equipped with two standard 7.62mm machine guns, and it also was equipped with a pretty small caliber gun, I think a 47mm, if I remember correctly. The armor on this tank wasn't anything impressive either, with the max being 42mm on the turret front and getting as low as 25mm on the side. So very weak tank, as was kind of standard for most of the Italian armored forces, not really having that much armor and not really being that great overall, really. So anyways, this is going to kind of kick off the start of the Italian theme week. I plan on having a week long of Italian World War II themed builds, such as some aircraft, some tanks, and plenty of vehicles to go around. Ground-wise, this is kind of a, I guess, a sequel, to the previous theme week I did a long time ago, which was a Italian theme week as well. That was it was some old Italian vehicles, basically, to say the very least. So I want to go back, refix those vehicles, redo them, and put some nicer ones out there for all you guys to enjoy. So anyways, we're going to start off with, obviously, the very standard M13/40, which was one of the most widely used tanks by the Italians during the war. Anyways, going ahead and taking a look at it, there's not a whole lot of way to cover. It's a pretty small, simplistic tank, really. We have, obviously, the front up here of the tracks, the driver's viewport, and also the two 7.62mm machine guns in a very interesting pole-mounted machine gun mount. We have, obviously, the road wheels on the sides here, lots of detailing along the sides. Interesting design with most of the Italian vehicles is that you'll have the antenna that kind of faces backwards like that. So it's not really a traditional kind of, antenna where it sticks upward. It kind of goes out toward the back. On the back here, nothing fancy, just some mufflers and detailing along the back here. On the top, it's also got a machine gun mounted, and just some various details here and there all the way around. Overall, it's a pretty nice little vehicle, and will go really good in any kind of, I guess Africa or Italian scenes or anything like that you guys might be going for. Just a cool Italian vehicle to add to whatever you guys are working on. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning our first layer, Layer 1. Alright guys, so moving on to our first layer, we'll be going ahead and beginning with Layer 1. So for Layer 1 to get started here, we're going to place down a nether brick slab, followed by a nether brick top slab that comes off of this slab like so. Once that's done, we're going to place down a sandstone stair, going back from this nether brick slab, followed by a smooth sandstone block, sandstone stair like this, a sandstone stair coming off the back of this stair right here, smooth sandstone block, another sandstone stair facing the opposite direction as this stair, and again a nether brick slab and top slab. So when you look at it from the side, you should have something that looks just like this, and very simply on the side here, we're just going to go and take item frames, place them down alongside the sandstone stairs and smooth sandstone blocks, and place down smooth sandstone blocks in the item frames like so for the road wheels. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go off to the front here. We're going to go to this nether brick slab. We're going to place down a row of 3 of sandstone top slabs across from that slab. We also want to go ahead and go to the back section here. We're going to go to this last sandstone stair here. We're going to place down another row of 3 of sandstone top slabs across. Alrighty guys, so going ahead and continue now, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of wooden trapdoors across these 3 sandstone top slabs on the back here. We then want to go ahead and go in between these rows of 3 here of sandstone top slabs. We're just going to place down additional rows of 3 going across here to fill in the space on the bottom here. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves nether brick slabs and our stairs, sandstone stairs and all that stuff, and we're going to copy the track design we used over on the right side over here to the left side. So it's going to be the exact same design here. We're just going to go ahead and copy that real fast. If you need to, refer back to the air side because it's exactly the same. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 item frames along the side here of these blocks, and we're going to place down some smooth sandstone blocks in the item frames. Once that's all done, last thing for us to do is to go to the very front here. We're going to place down a row of 3 of wooden trapdoors in between these nether brick top slabs. Once that's all done, that is going to do it for layer number 1, and with that, let's move on to layer 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we're going ahead and move on to layer 2. For layer 2, we're going to start off by going ahead and going to the front here. We're going to place down a nether brick stair on top of these 2 nether brick top slabs. In between these stairs, we're going to place down a row of 3 of sandstone slabs across the middle here. We then want to go ahead and go behind the stairs and this row of 3 of sandstone slabs and place down a row of 5 of smooth sandstone full blocks across, followed by an item frame with a smooth sandstone block on the sides and a stone button on the side of that smooth sandstone block as well. Same thing over here onto this side, just like that. Once that's all done, we're going to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone blocks across the middle, a nether brick top slab on both sides. Continue now, we're going to place down another row of 3 of smooth sandstone across, followed by a anvil on both sides again. Continue now, we're going to place down another row of 3 of smooth sandstone going back, followed by a nether brick top slab on both sides. We're going to go and repeat that same step there one more time. So row of 3 of smooth sandstone blocks and a nether brick top slab on both sides. Continue now, we're going to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone blocks across, followed by an anvil on both sides. We then want to go ahead and go from the smooth sandstone blocks here, place down another row of 3 across, followed by another brick top slab on both sides. Continue now, we're going to place down a final row of 3 of smooth sandstone across, followed by another brick slab on both sides, and then coming off the nether brick slab, we're going to place down a sandstone slab going back from that. Also, from the previous layer, I forgot to go ahead and throw on a sign on these nether brick top slabs here, so go ahead and make that quick addition there on both sides there. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves some birchwood fence gates. We're going to place down a birchwood fence gate on top of this sign with it opened up toward the slab, and we're going to do the same thing over here. On top of the sign, opened up toward the slab, and we're just going to then grab ourselves a tripwire hook and place it down, come off that smooth sandstone block there in the middle. Once you have that complete, that is going to do it for layer number 2. With that, we can move on to layer 3. Alright guys, move on to our next layer. We have layer 3. For layer 3, we're going to go ahead and start off by taking wooden trapdoors. We're going to place down a wooden trapdoor on top of this smooth sandstone block, and then one wooden trapdoor on top of this nether brick top slab. We're going to do the same thing over here on this side, just like that. Once that's done, we then want to place down a sandstone stair that's going to be on top of that smooth sandstone block there, followed by a birchwood fence gate that comes off that stair like so toward the front. Go ahead and get continuing on. We then want to go ahead and go from the side of the stair. We're going to place down 1 and 2 stone buttons over to the side, and then we're going to go ahead and grab our stone buttons and place down another row of 2 across right here in this section there. Behind this sandstone stair, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone block, followed by 1 over to the left side. We then want to place down a sandstone top slab, cut off the smooth sandstone block, and then out to the side here on top of the anvil, we're going to place down a sandstone stair. We then also want to do the same thing over here on this side, just placing down a sandstone stair on top of that anvil like so. Once that's all done there, we want to go ahead and then grab ourselves a birchwood plank. We're going to place down a birchwood plank here on both sides coming off this sandstone stair. Coming off the sandstone top slab here, we're going to place down a black wool block, followed by 2 smooth sandstone blocks to fill in the space between the black wool block and the birchwood plank there. We then also want to go ahead and grab ourselves some tripwire hooks, and on both sides of these birchwood planks, we're going to place down a tripwire hook on both sides. Go ahead and continue now, we're going to take our smooth sandstone blocks, place down a row of 5 that goes all the way across like so. We then also want to go ahead and grab ourselves some stone buttons and place down a stone button on both ends of this row of 5 across. Once that's done, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone block here in the middle, followed by a birchwood stair coming off this smooth sandstone block on both sides. And then coming off the front of the stair, we're going to place down a sandstone slab out to both sides, and coming off the side of the sandstone slab, we're going to place down a sign like so. With that done, we're going to continue on by placing down a smooth sandstone block coming off this one right here in the middle, followed by a birchwood corner stair on both sides. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a wither skeleton skull, and coming off the side here of the birchwood corner stair, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull, just like that. Once that's done, going back from the nether brick skeleton skull, we're going to place down a nether brick half slab, followed by a wither skeleton skull coming off the side there of the half slab. Also on the sides out to the outside of the tank of the nether brick slabs, we're going to place down a sign on both sides like that. In the space in the middle here, we're going to place down a sandstone slab in the middle, followed by a cobblestone wall on both sides of the slab. We also want to go ahead and place down a sign coming off the side here of this cobblestone wall. And then in the very middle spot here, we're going to go and grab ourselves a dark oak wood fence gate, and we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off this sandstone slab. And once you have that complete, that will do it for the back details here, and that will finish up layer number 3. With that, let's move on to layer 4. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we're going ahead and move on to layer 4. For layer 4, to go ahead and get started here, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone block on top of this one right here, followed by a sandstone stair like this out to both sides. Going ahead and going off the sandstone stair, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a wooden trapdoor and place down a wooden trapdoor on both sides like this, with an item frame coming off the wooden trapdoor like this, with a glass block in the item frame for the front headlights. Once that's done, we're going to take our smooth sandstone blocks, place down a row of 3 across the middle here, followed by a sandstone slab on both sides. We're going to do the same thing again, so another row of 3 of smooth sandstone blocks, followed by a sandstone slab on both sides. On the back here, we're going to place down a sandstone upside down stair, coming off the smooth sandstone block in the center, followed by a sandstone upside down corner stair across, basically off to both sides there. Once that's done, we're going to grab ourselves a stone button and place down a stone button on top of this smooth sandstone block right there. And with that all done, that is going to do it for layer 4. And with that, we can move on to layer, not quite done yet. Got a little ahead of myself there, but we do have one last thing we're to add on. We're going to go ahead and go to the wooden trapdoor here on the right side, and the right side only. We're going to place down a wither skeleton skull coming off of it, followed by 1, 2, and 3 end rods facing toward the back. This is going to be the radio antenna I was kind of talking about earlier, and this is only on the right side, so don't put it on the left side, only on the right side. Anyways, with that done, that is now going to do it for layer 4. With that, let's move on to layer 5. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we go ahead and move on to layer 5. For this, we're going to start off by placing down a smooth sandstone block on top of this one right here. Come off the smooth sandstone block toward the front, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 sandstone slabs. That's going to be your gun barrel right there. Once that's done, on both sides of this smooth sandstone block, we're going to place down a sandstone stair like this. Going back from the sandstone stair, we're going to place down another stair like this on both sides here, so we're going to turn that stair into a corner stair on both sides there. In the middle, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone block. Once that's done, we're going to go and take some birchwood planks. We're going to place down a row of 3 of birchwood planks across, followed by a sign on both ends of the row of 3. We then want to go to the back here, place down a smooth sandstone block coming off the center here, followed by a sandstone stair on both sides, and the stone button on the side here of this smooth sandstone block. Once that's done, that's it for layer 5, and with that we'll move on to our final layers here, layers 6 and 7, which will put the machine gun mounted on top of the turret, and any final details that are up on top. Anyways, let's move on to our last final layers, layers 6 through 7. Alright guys, so moving on to our last final layers, we have layers 6 through 7. To go ahead and get started with these layers, we're going to place down another brick upside down stair that's going to be on top of this birchwood plank, and this is going to be over to the right side of the turret. Once that's done, coming off the front of the upside down stair, we're going to place down another brick top slab. On the left side of the nether brick top slab, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull like this, and also on the left side of the upside down dark oak wood stair, or inside nether brick stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off of it, opened up like that. Over here on the other side, we're going to go ahead and go to the nether brick top slab here. We're going to place down a item frame with a smooth sandstone block on it on the side of the slab, and also a sign on the side of the slab as well to create a design like that on the side. Once that's done, also on the back here, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull that's going to be on top of this sandstone stair, and we also want to place down a wither skeleton skull on top of this birchwood plank over here to the left side of the turret. Once that's done, coming off the nether brick top slab here, we're going to place down a end rod like this. We're then going to place down a wither skeleton skull on top of the nether brick top slab, and we're going to grab ourselves a redstone repeater and place down a redstone repeater on top of this nether brick upside down stair, and have the notches flicked all the way back like that. Once that's complete, that is going to pretty much do it for the M13/40 Fiat, basically Italian medium tank. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you guys do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This could be anything from a sign of the build, to my channel, or this video if this does appear on any social media sites. Just be sure you get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for in doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting these types of videos. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. And that, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Jerick 2 and 4, and I will see you guys next time.